or in your work, or in each of your work?
You talked about the Vida Popular, and you said that I was kind of like I saw it and then I couldn't
It evokes it. I don't know if you were taking off.
Not at all, but I saw that work. I saw some of those works recently, and I said, oh, it looks a little bit like what I do, but I didn't see it before. I mean, I saw it because it's kind of the popular thing. There are restaurants with those images, like publicity. But I think I'm as an artist, as a visual artist. I think the artists in South America, they have to be like with a great imaginary. Like images are very important, and artists in Europe or in the United States are more like conceptual in a way, and images are more like religious and indigenous. It's I think it's an old world. The world is the images and symbols and stuff, mythologicals, and I think it belongs to a lot of South America and Chile also. When I was in New York as an artist, as a painter, people who asked for my painting, they always expected for me to show a painting with figures. They never expected for me to show a painting, an abstract painting. They never expect to show a conceptual, art.
Can you deep more read something?
Yeah. So images like figures are very South American, I think, and for us is I mean, for Chile, we are a country, they say, of poets, so I think for us, words, images are very important in the art. So I think that's what I what you said.
People have read this book and they go, oh, this has Cuban colors in it. And I keep saying to myself, what the hell? What is that?
The guayabera.
I don't know. I haven't done a lot of research on South or Central American art, although I'm going to start on it because the new book is called The New World for a reason. It's because Roquero does land in what is now South America and Central America, so the rest of the story happens there. But again, I'm looking at some of the mythological stuff from like the old Incan hats, like the Peruvian, all these beautiful patterns. So I'm looking at that as inspiration. But and you can see if you look at some of those pages over there, not that he's, but I look at a lot of Miro stuff because I love his work, and Brock. So I look at those guys, but artists are like sponges. I mean, I look at this and I'll be influenced by this. I never saw it before. Now I'm looking at it and I'm going, oh, nice layout. I mean, everything we see is going to be, there's a lot of Japanese in here. I mean, tons of Japanese, tons of, inking. There was a lot of influence from all over. So,
We do get I think an important observation, which is streams of cultural production also happen in the visual. That's just maybe the point I was hoping to hear some about, and I did. We consume lots of images in Latin America that come from the U.S. And this is not true the other way around. So this is one of those moments where asymmetry is important. We just don't have the images. My colleague and my wife, Mary Senor, is teaching a class of visions of the Andes, and they discuss images of Machu Picchu and representations of the Andean world. And for people taking that class, sometimes it's the first time they've seen it. The first very time they have laid their eyes on that kind of imagery. And you ask any Peruvian kid, so have you seen Donald Duck? And they go like, are you kidding me? So, and that's of course allows you also asymmetrical comparison, but asymmetrical.
No, that's good.
Questions, please, and comments. One and two.
It's interesting, like, so commodity comics often involve groups of people that are developing things, and I think that a lot of the times then it kind of makes the story or the art or the composition a little stale. And in talking with both of you very briefly, in the amount of time that I spoke with you, both of you mentioned about not necessarily working with other people because you're grabbing on to whatever it is that you're trying to communicate, right? So I think I just was curious for each of you to answer, what is the message? So the message that your work portrays is yours alone, and that's kind of like the goal of being an artist that's doing all of this. So from your work and from your work, what is the response, or what do you want to get? Like, what would be most satisfied as a creator if somebody who's consuming this said, "This made me feel this way," or "This inspired me to do something"?
When I was a kid, I draw when I was very small, I draw, and people always like it, and they say like, "Oh, that's so nice. Oh, do me another one." And I love that. I remember doing drawings because people love me because I draw, So I think that's primarily what I do until now. I just want to be loved, and people love me because I draw well. And so it's very stupid if you just say it, But I think that feeling that I had when I was a child, I have it all the time, and I love it. It makes me feel happy and alive and whole. And so today I read May from my family. The book is not released. I mean, they sell it, but the release it will be on the 13th. And they went to buy my book, my family. They haven't read it. Just my little sister did. And I talk about my family here. I talk about my mom, my father, my sisters. I talk about educational walk, marcha. Student demonstration in Chile. Like my nephews went, and they say, "Oh, Marcela, we saw your book. It was so funny. It was great. We laughed. You were so brave that you can say all that stuff. And, it's not shocking. It's funny." And for me, it was great because I need the opinion of my family of the book. And I think one of the things I like in comics is that I can get a response from people, a real concrete response. Like they can tell me things about it, or maybe someone gets like they say like, "Oh, that happened to me too." And we talk about that. I think for me it's that.
It's a medium comics where our empathic callousness does not quite operate yet, and people